The Resilient Jenkins resilience is once again being tested. They have been forced out of their humble abode, and unfortunately for the kids, they weren't able to find an apartment. So now they're living in a hotel.
So I recorded this earlier, but I just rewatching it felt it came off a little more like disrespectful and talking than I wanted it to. Just not the person I am, not the person I'm trying to be. But I wanted to reach out and see if maybe anybody has experience with a place called Second Chance Apartments. Because we signed up for their services about a week ago, Thursday to be exact. We picked from the listings they gave us, and they said, we'll contact all these properties, get back to you within 24 to 48 hours. That was on Thursday. So we figured we weren't going to hear a response until about Monday because of weekends, business hours, whatever. We didn't hear anything Monday. We reached out and we're like, are we going to get a response? And she said, we'll let you know by the end of tomorrow, Tuesday. Still nothing. So today I call, and I'm just getting a little suspicious at this point because every time I call, if you go on secondchanceapartments.com, there's like a number you can call for the general line. I call that general line, and it always goes to the same person. I'm suspicious why a general number would always go to the same person. Usually I'd call a big Nike number. You're not going to get the same customer service rep every time. Why would I get the same person every time? She has a direct number of her own. You see what I'm saying here? So I asked, can I speak to somebody else? Because I'm not trying to be rude, but I've spoke with you for the past week and nothing's become of it. Can I speak to somebody else? She rerouted me to somebody else in the company, another customer service rep. And it literally just sounded like the girl just switched up her voice, switched up her accent a little bit, and I was talking to the same person.
Look at that bum in the background screaming over a video game on his 9 to PS5 instead of him getting his trifling behind up and putting in some job applications and doing something that could be productive, like calling these other places to find y'all someplace to stay. But he up in there gaming. How about you get your behind up and start packing?
And I'm just getting anxious because we have 3 days left. I'm trying to have faith that we didn't buy into some scam service. But with my experience in life, this is just a little sketch. So I appreciate supportive responses. I realize like I'm putting myself out on the line, kind of expressing what we're going through here, but maybe somebody else has some kind of answers. And before you say contact DHS and 211, I've done this. I've called every resource that 211 gave us, and this was the next route that we went to hopefully get some help, because somebody from one of the apartments we called said, well, why don't you try this service that I've heard a lot of people have a luck through.
He was in low income housing, but he got kicked out because he didn't pay his rent. So I'm pretty sure some of these programs are linked in, and once you get kicked out of one, you're kind of screwed with the others. But y'all could correct me if I'm wrong. You talking about, I've tried this, I've tried that. You tried everything but get a job. Y'all knew about this eviction notice for months. And that is the time where you all should have started prepping. You all weren't shocked that you were getting evicted. Y'all was just shocked that the internet found out about it. That's it. Be so freaking for real. And don't get on here and lie and be like, I don't get the money from TikTok. Yes, you do. You always talking about God's timing when you let Satan put you in that position. You went viral in October, so your rainfall of money probably came in November. And y'all didn't use none of those coins to pay his back rent. Make it make sense. How you talking about, well, they keep pushing us? When you dealing with these government programs or programs that's helping people find housing, you're not the only one that's seeking housing. There's a bunch of people that's out there that are homeless and trying to find a place to stay. And if you want me to keep it a buck, you'll probably do better if you were by yourself and you didn't mention you was with Drew. And stop putting everything online too.
We went in on good faith on someone else's word, and that may have been our bad, but I'm really hoping that's not the case. Like I said, I don't want to come at this like I'm talking shit, because for all we know, the service is going to help us and going to provide housing for us. It just might take a little longer than we were expecting. I'm just reaching out to see if anybody else has experience. See what the what. I'll keep asking, what would the plan be if you guys don't find housing? Okay, I don't know of another plan besides getting a hotel and getting a storage unit, because even the fact that I have 4 siblings who have housing out here and a mother, None of them have offered for us to stay with them until we figure out some kind of situation. Nor would I even want to stay with any of them because they haven't been here through any of this. Okay? That's just my siblings and my family. The situation was reversed. They would be receiving support from me, and that's how it's always been. The one sibling that would maybe do something about trying to help us out is in Florida, my oldest brother. And he'd be trying to be like, come to Florida. I don't know how much of that video you made it through, but if you made it through this far, I appreciate you listening to me ramble. And I really don't want that to come off as me talking to my siblings, because it's not on them to, like, rescue the situation. I'm just saying if the situation were reversed, life hit them the same way, I'm here for them.
What was you gonna do? You was gonna let them sleep on that table that's in that 1-bedroom apartment? You was gonna offer them a pallet on the floor in the kitchen next to your flea-ridden cats? Oh, that's right. You was gonna let them sleep on the floor in the room with you and Drew. Nah, you don't even let your kids do that. So how exactly was you gonna help them? And you are throwing shade at your siblings talking about they haven't offered. Why haven't you reached out and asked for help? They probably would offer you help, but they not messing with Drew. Drew can't come up in their house. That's probably what it's boiling down to. So you don't want to leave that bum alone. Because y'all in a bum ship together and y'all feed off each other, and taking accountability is too much. Because you know for a fact if you moved in with your relatives, they're probably going to have you go get a job. Something that you don't want to do. That's what it's boiling down to, because it don't make no freaking sense. Oh, the only thing I could think of is us moving to a hotel. So you telling me y'all ain't got enough money to afford an Airbnb or a different rental to hold y'all over for a month until you all are able to get yourselves on your feet while still producing content, and you won't have to have them stuffed up in a 1-room hotel? No, that would be too much. Like, right, you like to have them stuffed up in small places. You ain't got the audacity. Oh, I would do it for them. I'd be there for them. How? You not even there for yourself. You not there for your kids. You not there for your cats. You don't properly provide for them.
So, I've been asked a couple times now by a couple of people, what do I think about Stephanie's situation? I don't need to say Stephanie who, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Watching my daughter go viral because she's doing such a great job has been one of the hardest things I have ever had to sit back and watch. Watching my daughter make decisions to stay with a man who clearly does not care about her, doesn't care about those children, continues to bring her down, keeps her from even having the sense to reach out to her family and ask for help. I know you watch her videos and you see, oh gosh, she really hates her mom. There's really, I'm not convinced she hates her mom. I'm convinced she knows that I'm the one person who could rescue her, who could set her straight, who could help her come to her senses, and she's too scared to reach out to me.
She realizing that she done raised the bum and she having a problem accepting this. Ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and hold your hand. Your daughter is a bum. And I know you want to put all of that on Drew, but no, that's what Stephanie likes. That's what she manifested. A broke bum that she's in love with and believes have super genetics. She's with him because that's where she want to be. She's doing this because that's what she wants to do. I'm not about to infantilize a grown woman that's making decisions for her, and she got the mindset of forget them kids. She living on D and lies. And until she gets sick and tired of it, ain't nothing you gonna be able to say or do.
It's hard when you are living in the type of relationship that she's in to admit you're wrong and leave. And I've seen it firsthand. I worked as a domestic violence advocate. I know it doesn't happen overnight. Anyhow, I haven't said a lot because I don't want my words to get twisted and for it to drive an even deeper wedge between me and Stephanie. I hope at some point our relationship can be reconciled and we can move past this. And I haven't seen my grandkids in over a year. I have a new grandbaby who I've only seen on social media when other people post videos of my grandbaby. The whole situation is heartbreaking, and I have no other words to say about it. But I've been asked, and I've decided just to at least clear the air a little bit. Anyhow, I am here for Stephanie. But make no mistake, I have absolutely no room in my heart, in my home, or anywhere in my I just can't even go there. Drew's not welcome here. He's not welcome here.
Good. Man that don't work don't eat. Talk about, she knows that I'm the one that can rescue her. I don't think she feels that way. She feel that way. Saying it because that's how she feels. You have to accept your kids for who they are. Even if that's not the way you raised them. She has her own resentment towards you for whatever the reason. And then also, I see that you alluded to Drew over there laying paws on Stephanie. If that is the case, she's still choosing to be in that toxic relationship. This would be the second relationship that she has been in that the men she's with don't know how to keep their hands to themselves. She's choosing the same type of man. So that leads me to believe that she likes that type of toxic environment. And until she decides to heal from whatever trauma she's dealing with, so she is going to continue to get with those type of men because that is the man that she likes. I hope that he's not, because those kids are already going through enough and they don't need to be traumatized in that type of way. She has 3 girls and 1 boy. And a lot of times we don't think about how those type of situations affect the kid and how it changes their outlooks on relationships. With the boys, they're either going to be strongly against DV or they're going to become DVers themselves because they believe that that is how a relationship should go. Or they can get into a abusive relationship with a woman, right? Where they're not the aggressor, but they like women that are toxic and do not know how to keep their hands to themselves. Vice versa with the woman. You have to be very careful with the type of relationships that you're okaying for your kids. Now, Stephanie responded.
It's move out day tomorrow, and in case you didn't catch on, we did not find a place, so we will be going to a hotel and getting a storage unit. And no, I will not be taking my mom up on her offer on me and my kids going to stay with her. That is just not gonna happen. That lady popping up right now, it sickens me, honestly. And that's all I'm saying about that, because a part of me that's healed on everything that she brought on my past just does not want to spend any time on her. She gets absolutely no time of day from me. And that is for me to decide. It's not up to a bunch of strangers to decide what I should and shouldn't forget from a past you weren't even there for. Now let's get back to this movie. I mean, I did not give credit to how sore I was going to be trying to do this 6-7 weeks postpartum. Not to mention the mental strain that also has on me. But it is what it is and life goes on and we have to keep going, so that's what we're doing. Now I know you're thinking, well, what about the cats if you guys didn't find a place to go and you didn't find anywhere for the cats to go? Despite the mantra that everybody blew me up and wanted everybody to believe, I never wanted to abandon these cats. But from my research, and maybe I'm wrong on this, but all of the shelters and sanctuaries in my area are tapped out for resources. I wasn't able to find any family or friends to take them while we try to figure this whole situation out. It's freaking sad, and I don't think many people are going to understand it, but I had to make the decision of actually calling Animal Control back myself and asking them to take the cats because I don't want these fur babies actually to be abandoned. That's the last thing I freaking want. And again, I don't know if that's something my mom has mentioned. Oh, I'll take the cats. I don't give two shits. I'm not dealing with her. To me, that's literally no different than welcoming my ex back into my life. You just don't welcome back people that have given you nothing but traumatic experiences. Okay, but
I mean, you welcome Drew back every single day. You open your legs up wide for him. I don't get it. And you reward him with children. And he's doing nothing but traumatizing you and your kids. You was just in the other video talking about, ain't none of your siblings or your mother reach out to help you. And then one finally do, and you stick your nose up at her. How dare you? I know it is. When you look in the mirror, you see her. You see what you gonna look like in your future. And you so traumatized by that image, you couldn't dare live with it every single day. But ma'am, that's just genetics. You got to get over that. Can you not think about your kids? If your mother traumatized you, the best way to deal with that is, number one, heal from your trauma and don't repeat the same mistakes with your kid. You spoke briefly about, oh, I didn't have this and we had to move this, that, and the other. Well, if you didn't like the fact that you had to move around a lot when you were a kid, since you have children, you would do your best to provide stability for them. And the way you do that, since TikTok is not giving you enough money, you go find you a W-2.
So today has not been a good day. Knowing this is it, they're out. I don't know where they're going to be, what they're doing, how they're going to make it. I don't know.
Girl, just follow them on TikTok. They gonna share their story. If you live in the area, you probably could figure out where they at. And you most definitely gonna know what they doing. Because, I mean, she had a whole entire eviction countdown.
And it hurts me because I've been going through pictures of me and my grandkids when it was just Stephanie, me, and the girls. And honestly, right now I'm looking at a picture of Addison conked out in my lap. I had such a close bond with her girls. Can you imagine the trauma they feel? Suddenly grandma's not in their life, and they're probably wondering why. They probably want to know why. What the hell's going on? Why doesn't grandma love us? And who knows what she's telling them. And yeah, I am trying. I actually got into it last night with CPS because I feel like they don't give a shit. They don't care. You know what they had the balls to ask me? Well, do you know this is happening? Or are you just suspicious? And I said, not only do I know this is happening, about 1 million people know it's happening because they're posting it all over the internet. I don't know how to feel about all of this, but I can tell you one thing for sure. I wish grandparents had more rights in the state of Oregon. I wish there was more I could do.
It is something you could do. Pray for them and hold her accountable. You don't have to beg and plead to be in anybody's life. When your grandkids get older, hopefully you're still here, and they come to you and they need your help, then you can help them. CPS, I'm sure, is keeping an eye on their account. I believe Drew has going through a custody battle with his second baby mama, Desiree. There's a possibility that woman can get custody of her son just due to Stephanie posting this type of content online, because she's proving that he is not properly taking care of his children. He also has a child support case going on with our leader. The court's gonna find out if he got health issues, and I'm sure both of them are getting this thing and showing his health issue is he can't get his behind off that PS5 and actually go do some real work and be a real man. The type of smoke that they probably gonna end up catching is coming their way.
I wish whatever this thing is between me and Stephanie, I mean, I'm so confused.
You know why
she
you
has
beefing with your
5
daughter.
siblings, and I have a great relationship with all 5 of them. So this trauma that she's talking about, I mean, I don't want to say it's not real for her because I'm not going to take away how she feels. I just don't get it. Was I a perfect mom? Hell no. But what is she doing? And why, when I'm right here wanting to help her, did she turn around and say I'm doing it for views and monetary reason? I have a good job. I make a good living. I'm fine. I don't need money off of views. As a matter of fact, if y'all want to stop following me so that she doesn't think I'm just doing it for followers, go for it.
Ma'am, you ain't got to tell nobody to stop following you because you doing it for views. She doing a whole bunch of trifling stuff for views. So what? She don't get to control your page. She be out here rage baiting herself. And I'm not even for this bump. But Drew, you better be very careful how you moving, good sir. Because her mama is already setting up how they about to frame you when she finally get done with you. The way she gonna do it is she gonna call you a DVR. That's how they already setting it up. Stephanie had a video out not too long ago, and she talks about Drew never telling her she's pretty. And if she doesn't cook the food right, he gets angry. So you better stay on your P's and Q's.
My entire platform was based on politics and the going on in our country right now. And the fact that I just want it to be fair for everybody and human rights for everybody. I never, ever intended to post anything about Stephanie and this.
Girl, you intended to do it, and that's okay. You got the right to post whatever you want to post on your page. If your daughter can be a clout chaser, why can't you?
Telling you, it's frustrating beyond frustrating. And I just, one thing I wanted to address, people keep asking, would I take Deshaun too? Why the hell wouldn't I take Deshaun? But I would only take him long enough to help Desiree get him back. Because for God's sakes, that woman deserves her kid. It's ridiculous. She lied to me about that. Stephanie told me that when she met Drew, Deshaun's mom had abandoned him years before. The lies that have come out of those two mouths since they got together, it just, there's too much to say. And yet,
your daughter was a liar before she got with Drew. Now her lies may have compounded, but goodness gracious, ma'am.
Yeah, look, you're not getting the sweet-spoken, soft grandmother that you got the other day talking. I'm pissed.
Well,
I'm
sound like
pissed
Stephanie.
because my daughter is choosing to put those kids into a hotel room instead of coming here and just making whatever the she's got going on between us work. Because she wants her man. Her man she manifested.
She over there manifesting trash. Cause ain't no freaking way. The bar is in hell. So she chose to manifest a bum, a 2-time baby daddy, a 9 to PS5er, who refuses to get a W-2 because he don't want his checks garnished. And you was like, oh my gosh, that's the man that I want. Like, what? She need to go back to the drawing board because ain't no freaking way. I manifested this. Girl, you should be embarrassed.
I'm sorry,
Can't believe it, can you?
I don't know what else to say right now, okay? I appreciate
Nothing.
so much, so many of you who have supported me and said some very nice comments. And the rest of you, I don't care. You have your opinions. It doesn't matter. I only want what's best for those kids. That is the only thing I want for those kids. I just want them to be safe. And crammed into a hotel room for God knows how long is not safe.
That is fair. It's not safe. Neither was that fire hazard they had them up in that 1-bedroom apartment. Your daughter is where she want to be because that's what she wants. Feel like she's trying to infantilize her daughter. Doesn't like Stephanie isn't making the decisions on her own. And she's trying to put a lot of blame on Drew. But the reality is people do what you allow them to do. Stephanie is making these decisions because that is what she wants. She wants to be in that 1-bedroom apartment with that man. She wants to be a broke stay-at-home mom with a man that cannot provide for her or their children. Not cannot, refuses to provide for her or their children. That's comfortable with them living in struggle. This is what Stephanie wanted to do.
You don't say anything.
Doctor, and he would help you get to an open shit for staying alive shit.
Yeah.
You do need
You okay? You want to taste like blood? It's like this. I'll show you a bit. I can go. We drink.
Imagine if I was all by myself.
Can lift all that shit in the comparison.
Ooh, you such a big help lifting that stuff. Go ahead, Drew. I bet you took real delicate care with that PS5 you lifted and its controller. See?
I know, I just waited for you, so I was like, Dad probably knows exactly what charges are. How we work.
Daddy, where'd you put my tooth? I want to see it.
It's right there under the
I wanna
TV, don't
see.
touch it.
I want to see it.
You got it.
I'm so myself.
According to her, they got booted from the hotel too.
I find it interesting you follow us around public and don't want to say hi. You also bold in them comments, but you won't say nothing to our faces. And that's not even enough. Y'all had to make a bunch of hateful, untrue calls to the hotel we're staying at and get us kicked out. How the miserable you gotta be in your own life to come at a family that's not doing anything to you? You sit there and say you want to do what's best for the children, but yet you want to send them to 2 abusive homes. You think it's better to split up a perfectly happy family and send kids to homes they don't even want to be in, to live with people they want nothing to do with. I mean, just make it make sense. These kids are happy where they're at. Home is wherever the we are together. And I'm sorry for the blunt language, but I'm not the one who threw the energy first. Y'all come at me first. And part of me thinks that's why you actually don't want to interact with us in person, is because you know you're not going to meet terrible people and you want so badly to be like, they were terrible people. That's just not going to be the case. Kids would most definitely not be happier with my mother. Like I said, they want nothing to do with her. I still remember all the trauma you brought on to us, Mom. I'm trying to give you that opportunity to back off now, or I'll start saying some shit. I know you'll go and try to use that. Well, you're the only.
You seen how her true accent came out? Hey, I'm telling you to back off now before I really start saying some S. What happened to your black accent? You don't talk like that. You done got with a black man and then lost your mind. You wouldn't dare run up on us like public. Like, who in the heck do you think you are? Number one, she probably trying to prep y'all for a meet and greet, because at the end she was like, because you're fine that we're really nice people, blase, blase. She trying to get y'all to come out and meet her so she can get her some money. You wouldn't say that to our face. Why not? What you gonna do? You gonna get a job? You go what? Nothing. You ain't gonna do a dang go thing but sit there and start crying and run to the internet and be like, I was out today. This woman came up to me and called me a bum to my face. You guys don't know me. You don't know the circumstances and the trauma I've been through. You's trying. Catch your C's on this PS5 right now, trying to get some work. Stephanie, you ain't about that life. Go ahead and chill out, man. For somebody to actually run up on you. Everybody knows about your situation because you put it on social media. No one would have known that you were living in that hotel room unless you put it out there. You put that out there for the world to see because you're chasing clout. Unfortunately, the situation that you're in generates you a lot of money because people are following your struggles. And then you have some people that are actually watching you, probably in your city, finding out where you are, and they're reporting you, because I'm sure that hotel room has an occupancy limit and you all are breaking it. You have to do better. Just because you want to be trifling all of your days does not mean that people around you do not have standards. It'll be one thing if you two decided to bum it up like the couple that was living in a tent, but you two are taking this to a completely different level with more children, and you deserve whatever is coming your way. It's always somebody else's fault. If accountability slapped you in your face, you'll blame it on the internet. People know everything about your lifestyle because of you. You give up all the information. People know everything about Drew because of him. His failure to pay child support. His failure to pay rent, which got y'all evicted, which made it a public record. You wanted to go viral. You wanted your name to be known. And now you've gotten what you wish for. And you have a problem with it because people aren't in agreement with how you moving. This video, as of yet, I believe has like 2 million views. How about y'all take this money and start saving it towards a down payment? Because you all have made money off of TikTok and you have not used it on your kids or on your living situation. For y'all that's worrying about the cat situation, one of the cats was actually rescued, and this is a woman that is trying to help him along the journey and get him adopted into a good home.
It's the kitty, so I'm gonna see if I can get her. See if she will trust me enough to grab her. There she is. Hi, kitty. Hi. Oh, poor baby. You are so thin. Come here. Okay, let me see if she's gonna let me grab her. Hi. Oh, I want to cry so bad.
For what?
Hi. Hi, baby. Hi. It's okay. I just want to pet you. Hi.
Milo
It's
trying not to
okay.
be kidnapped for you by you.
I got her, you guys. Hopefully, it will be okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. So there's the kitty.
Milo urgent care update, because she took him to the vet. Milo's urgent care update. So he has a really bad flea infestation and a really bad flea allergy. They put him on a steroid and they also gave him a flea medication. They don't think any signs of ringworms or mange. I updated my Amazon wish list with the treats that he really enjoyed while we were there, and also a cat cone that she suggested. She also suggested some cat food for me, and I will link on there. Thank you everyone for the support. Am I shocked? No, because she already said that they had a flea infestation and that the cat had skin issues, and unfortunately she wasn't able to afford it, and she was supposed to be getting rid of the cats so they could have a better life, but of course she didn't do that because she's selfish. I'm shocked Peter ain't got involved. Like, what the heck is y'all doing? You go outside wearing a fur coat, then they want to pop up, but when it's stuff like this, they don't know what to do. They ain't nowhere to be found. Animal control, y'all too. Y'all should have been hit them up with some fines, because ain't no freaking way.
A sweet boy.
Look like a good cat. I can't stand cats though.
Look at that.
Oh,
Come here, Milo.
you finally getting the help you need.
He said it looks like a really bad flea allergy.
Man, your fur gonna be coming back. You gonna be looking good in the next month or so, Milo. May looking good. That's one thing I ain't seen. Do y'all walk y'all cats? And if so, do y'all put a collar and a leash on them when y'all walk them? I ain't seen that.
He literally won't leave my side. Hi, baby.
Aw. And I hope, he ends up in a good home, because like I said, Milo doesn't deserve that. He's a cute cat. It seems like he's well behaved. He ain't scratched her or nothing yet. So this is Stephanie's idiotic response. I just met the animal control lady at the property. She mentioned they received confirmation that someone did take Milo. I truly hope you're a kind soul and maybe you have the heart to keep updates on him for Clout or not. I'm just glad someone took him and he'll have a home. This woman really think that she Beyonce or something. You became popular for being a bum. Like I said, this was purely a Clout movement on their part. There are so many strays in the area. What did you do to help other cats? Nothing, right? Because Milo was the only cat you could help that would give you the Clout chase you after. And now there's a GoFundMe and all this support and kindness to this person. When if I had reached out to ask for help with him, I would have been in the wrong. Y'all are just miserable and set on being haters. Bro, shut up. It's always something with you. You need to go ahead and come down and live in reality, because you're not who you think you are. It's a whole bunch of stray cats out there. And some of these stray cats need to stay strays before they end up in houses with people like you that's going to mistreat them and pretend like they love them. If I would have asked for help, you already asked them for help. You got your trifling behind online showing your living situation, and people had to buy your daughter's twin beds. You was already chasing Clout. As always, remember that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, and stay blessed.